I was at Target and I found a thing. Kim here, and we are trying something new. From the title of this video, you can see that we are going to be diving down the rabbit hole that is adult coloring books. And, well, okay, okay. I've been a fan of the idea of grown-ups coloring in coloring books since it first came about, but I have not indulged in such a wondrous activity, simply because I know that I can kiss my life goodbye once I start. I told myself I was not going to look into these adult coloring books. I was not going to find a cute one and devote my life to it. I just knew that I really was gonna love it and I wasn't gonna want to do anything else for a couple months. I do not have the time to just pick up an obsessive hobby. I also don't have the self-control to say no once I have everything I need for it. So I decided I was not going to buy an adult coloring book and I was not even going to look at them. Just say no, not even once, and any other anti-drug campaign slogan. Then I was at the Target. Freaking Target, and I saw this. It's the Golden Girls coloring book for grown-ups. I'm not even sorry. It was 20% off. It's the Golden Girls. It may as well say, "Hey Kim, here's a thing we made for you. Want to color with me?" So I chose this page because I remember it being a funny episode, and that's the only reason. I only use the highest quality art supplies, as you can tell. It says premium quality right on the box, in case you were questioning my decision. The first thing I had to do was make some pretty major life decisions and decide how the back of this thing was going to look. This background here, all these diamond-y things. The only thing I really knew going into it was that I wanted a lot of bright colors behind them, because based on my reference photo, their costumes are very black and brown. So here I am taking about half an hour to decide how to lay this pattern out and what colors to put where, and as you can see, I changed my mind a few times, but that's okay because this is art, and art is art. Like, it's, you just, there are no mistakes in art. That is just going to be the running theme of this coloring video. Everything that was done here was done on purpose. I probably should have given you some sort of preamble or disclaimer at the beginning of this whole ordeal that I am not an artist. Like, I'm not even close to being any sort of visual artist. As you can see with me struggling here with these diamonds that quickly became the bane of my existence. I just have never been able to create with my hands. It's just never been a thing I've been able to do, much to my dismay. I thought it'd be really cool to be some sort of awesome illustrator or animated movie maker person. But that's just wasn't in the stars for me, and I have come to accept that. I'm just being really radically reminded of that in these moments here when I'm trying to figure out how to color in diamonds. So did anybody else grow up on the TV show The Golden Girls? Like, does anybody, am I alone in thinking that it really was television perfection? Because I feel like that show was just glorious. It was so wonderful. I just really loved it. I really did grow up on it. It was on in my house all the time, and I am terribly fond of it. So this page is from the episode where they put on a play for some elementary school kids. The Henny Penny in the Sky is Falling play. And it's very funny because, excuse me, Betty White. But it's very funny because the characters they play in the TV show match the characters in the play so perfectly that it is just hilarious. Here's where things get interesting because I don't like the lines, and so I add my own and make mistakes, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Yep. Alright, so my camera died, and we now have the background done. I decided to just finish the background and get to the rest of the page. We're just going to fill in all their little feathery costume bits. Like I said, there's a lot of black and brown in this picture, which I quickly learned those really, really big blocks of dark colors are not very much fun to color. But that's okay because, you know, they're part of life. The darker bits, they happen, and, you know, if anything, art mirrors real life. Like, isn't that the point of art? Maybe? Am I onto something here? I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna fill in B. Arthur's leg here. That only takes like 20 minutes to do. And obviously I do have the highest quality colored pencils, so the lines just blend in with themselves and you can't see like layers and things like that. No, not even at all. That's fine. Here's where it gets a little bit interesting because Betty White's costume is a dark brown with black, and she's right next to Dorothy wearing black, and it's a black and white line drawing. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a little tricky to not just make it a big black hole, so to speak. Like, I had to actually implement some sort of coloring skills to make sure you could still see all of the things that I wanted to be seen. This is a learning experience. Art is also a learning experience. I'm just learning about art itself, really. That's my main takeaway, I think, is that there's a lot to learn about art. What do you do on YouTube, Kim? I color old lady legs. That's what I do. At this point in the game, I'm definitely starting to have some life reflections, which I'm sure is also part of art. You know, it makes you reflect and it gives you the thoughts and feelings. But I'm definitely having some thoughts and feelings. Like right now, I'm remembering the time I was gonna try and be a graphic designer and very quickly learned that not only do I not like graphic design, but graphic design doesn't like me. And right here, trying to create art with my fingertips, I'm remembering why I don't try to create art with my fingertips. Also, really quickly, does anybody know what that thing on top of a chicken's head is called? Those like floppy, red, fleshy, dangly, weirdo thingies that flop about the top of chicken's head. Does anyone know what they're called? Chicken floppers? Is that the technical term? Is that what that is? That's a cool vest, Betty White. Alright, moving on to Blanche. This was where it got a little more fun because her arms and legs are just this blinding bright yellow, and it's super hilarious, but oddly appropriate for Rue McClanahan's character of Blanche. Here we go with the lady legs again. That's interesting. This is where I feel like it really actually came to life as like a colored page when those like big splotches of yellow showed up. That kind of gave me a happy, really felt like it was, yeah, looking good, you know? It's like, wow, now we're getting somewhere. It wasn't until that point that I felt like we were actually making progress with the art. Because I'm so good at the art. Oh man. Yes, now we get to do things like coloring flesh. That was interesting because I didn't want to just use the same like peach colored pencil for all three of them because everyone's skin color varies this way or that, and so I kind of had to do a little experimenting on the side to see like which layers of whatever and whatever were going to work and how hard with what color was going to make it the skin color that I wanted. Guys, look how good I am at the art. I'm like experimenting with color layers. That's like a real arty thing to do, right? Like, no, oh guys, I'm starting to get good at this. It's starting to come together for me now that it's almost over. Oh yes, Betty White's hair was another tricky part because like it's a really, really pale blonde. It's not just blonde, it's like white, almost very, very light gray, but still blonde. And it didn't really come out exactly how I wanted it to, but I did have to do like 2 layers on her hair to make sure that it was sort of what I wanted, and it's still like goldener than I wanted, but oh well. Now we get to do really fun things and do their makeup. That was always my favorite part as a kid. I would always color something that had a face, like a princess or a fairy or something that had a face so that I could give it makeup, because that's cool. And in true early 90s, late 80s style, we've got some bright lips going on. A few final touches. Ta-da! We have a finished, colored Golden Girls page. Lovely ladies. Thanks for sticking around and coloring with me. I hope that wasn't terribly boring for you. If you liked the Golden Girls coloring book, there's an affiliate link in the description below so you can go and get it. Consider subscribing to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's artistic. Thanks for watching!